high atop the rugged cliffs of Mount Titano, surrounded on all sides by the rolling hills of Italy, sits a place that shouldn't, by all traditional rules of history, exist. It is a tiny speck on the map, a mere 24 square miles of territory. But this isn't just another small town. It is the most serene republic of San Marino. It is the oldest surviving republic in the world, a living fossil of a time when Europe was a patchwork of city-states. And it has outlasted empires, survived world wars, and defied Napoleon himself. The story of San Marino begins in the year 301. Legend has it that a Christian stonemason named Marinus fled the persecutions of the Roman Emperor Diocletian. He climbed to the summit of Mount Titano, built a small chapel, and founded a community of free people. His final words to his followers were, "I leave you free from both men." That single sentence became the foundation of the San Marinese identity. While the rest of Italy was conquered, traded, and unified over the next 17 centuries, this tiny mountain community simply stayed free. Walking through the capital city is like walking through a vertical labyrinth of stone. The three towers of San Marino, Guaita, Sesta, and Monteil, sit like silent guardians on the peaks of the mountain, looking out over the Adriatic Sea. These aren't just tourist attractions. They are symbols of a stubborn independence. In the 1800s, when Napoleon Bonaparte was conquering his way across Europe, he reached the borders of San Marino. Instead of invading, he was so impressed by their longevity and their commitment to liberty that he offered to give them more land. In a move of incredible political wisdom, the San Marinese declined. They knew that bigger borders would make him a target. They chose to stay small and stay free. This wisdom is reflected in their government, which is one of the most unique political systems on the planet. Based on a set of statutes from the year 1600, the country is led not by one president, but by two captain regents. They are elected by the parliament every 6 months. That's right, their heads of state only serve for half a year. This system was designed centuries ago to ensure that no single person could ever seize power or become a dictator. It is a rotation of leadership that has functioned smoothly for over 400 years. San Marino is a land of contradictions. It is a place where you can find ancient medieval crossbow competitions happening just a few blocks away from a high-tech Formula One circuit. For decades, the San Marino Grand Prix was a staple of the racing world, even though the track itself was actually located just across the border in Italy. The country has its own postal system. Their stamps are legendary among collectors, its own coins, and a national football team that is famous for its heart, despite being one of the lowest-ranked teams in the world. For the people here, the joy isn't always in winning. It's in the fact that they have their own flag to fly in the first place. During World War II, this tiny republic faced its greatest test as the conflict ravaged the Italian peninsula. San Marino declared its neutrality. Despite its tiny size, this mountain refuge opened its doors to nearly 100,000 refugees, more than 5 times its own population at the time. They shared their meager food supplies and turned their railway tunnels into shelters. It was a staggering act of humanitarianism that proved that being a small country has nothing to do with the size of your spirit. Economically, San Marino is a marvel. With no national debt and a thriving surplus, it relies on tourism, banking, and the export of wine and ceramics. It is one of the wealthiest countries in the world per capita. Yet, Despite its prosperity and its location in the heart of Europe, it is not a member of the European Union. It maintains its own path, using the euro through a special agreement but fiercely guarding its legislative independence. There is a profound sense of quiet pride in San Marino. You feel it in the narrow, winding alleys and in the way the locals speak about their libertas. They are the last survivors of an old world, while the great city-states of Florence, Venice, and Genoa eventually fell or were absorbed into the modern nation of Italy. San Marino stood its ground on its mountain. It is a reminder that independence isn't always about military might or vast resources. Sometimes, it's about a clear sense of identity, a bit of diplomatic genius, and a very steep mountain. San Marino is a testament to the idea that a small group of people, dedicated to the idea of freedom, can endure through the rise and fall of almost everything else around them. The next time you look at a map of Europe, look for that tiny dot near the Italian coast. It is more than just a microstate. It is a 1700-year-old miracle. Does the idea of a country led by two presidents who change every 6 months sound like a recipe for chaos to you? Or does it sound like the ultimate way to keep a government honest? Thanks for watching.